Hi, and welcome back to Down the Shed. So, just a quick chat in this one about daylight MOTs. So, what is a daylight MOT? Something me and my friend talked about recently, and we discussed it again today. And I thought I'd make a quick video on this. If you've got, I think it's predominantly a motorbike, but I'm guessing you could take it across into the world of the car. But more so, if you've got a motorbike and you decide to strip off your indicators, all of your lights, brake lights, side lights, indicator lights, everything, remove your mirrors, your speedometer, basically everything, it is liable for what is known as a daylight only MOT. So the fact that you've got no lights, you've got no speedo and everything will all be advisories on the MOT. Not every MOT station will allow it, but if you can find one that will, you can basically blag a daylight MOT. Now, turn signals. Give arm signals like you would on a bicycle. I want to slow down, like you do on a horse or a bicycle. It's the same. I intend to slow down or stop. It is a recognised DVLA hand signal. You should know it as part of your driving licence for whatever vehicle you have a category for. So yeah, that's simple really. If you've got big electrical issues with your indicators, just remove them. Take the switch off or remove the switch, whatever. Stop it from working. I suppose you could even leave the switch there. As long as the indicators themselves are removed from the bike, it has no indicators. It can't fail on them. So yeah, it's a little known fact. So I don't think they want to make a big deal out of it. But I'll try and put a picture in here. And of an MOT certificate here. And that is basically a daylight MOT. It's not worthy to be driven at night or ridden at night because of no lights. As long as it's got brakes, it's in sound condition, the suspension is not collapsing or anything, if it's got that. So as long as it's got proper working brakes, the engine and the framework is all in sound condition, no sharp jagged edges or whatever, and you have an electric horn. An electric horn is a necessity, I believe. As long as you've got an electric horn, brakes, and a roadworthy, in good condition bike, you can get a daylight MOT. So obviously you can't ride it until after daybreak, and you can't ride it all up to basically dusk. I mean, from dusk you're supposed to put side lights on, so technically you'd have to stop riding it. But yeah, something I told my mate it was bullshit when he told me. I came home and researched it about 6 months ago, and I was like, well, I'd be damned. You can literally buy a motorbike if it's riddled with electrical problems, lights and everything. Unless you want to ride it at night, just rip them off. Get a daylight MOT. So to sum up, basically, there is no such thing as a daylight MOT. Even though it is technically a daylight MOT, it is an MOT with advisories. So if your bulb don't work, don't try blagging a daylight MOT. You're going to have to remove the unit. And some MOT stations may insist on the switches, which could be quite expensive if they are connected to one big hand grip unit or something. But at the end of the day, if it's got no lights on there, regardless of the switches are there, in my book, they can't work. They're not there. The horn, and don't try and be clever with a ha type horn or a Dixie horn or whatever. The horn must work on a button, as I said, an electric horn, and it has to be of continuous tone. So me or whatever tone, but it has to be a continuous tone, not musical, and not a old car style me. It has to be button. So the only thing electrical, apart from the engine itself, that you need as an accessory is the horn. Obviously you need a number plate, and that is it. You need a bike frame, you need an engine, you need a number plate, you need a horn, you need brakes. The rest of it is advisory. Simple as. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it, do whatever, and I'll see you in the next one.